Hi, my name is Stu. I run a small company called Annapolis Wind, and we're in 2011 getting into outdoor adventures, kind of taking on some new things. Just kind of coming as a matter of necessity, but also a matter of fun. Behind you is my traveling rig. John, why don't you show them that? And what I use that for is you can camp and do other outdoor activities, some musical activities. It's occurred to me it'd also be a great little escape vehicle for those people that are in need of something like that to, for whatever the reason, emergency preparedness. But why don't you come take a look inside?
Go on. Okay.
Into the gypsy trailer. I'm going to turn on the light here. At the moment I have it powered up, 110, hooked up to the house. Place to sleep, ample storage underneath the bottom. I've got some guitar things and things like that in here. Some place to put my clothes. Computer all hooked up, ready to go. All the modern conveniences. And yet it's rather primitive. It can be used for just fun or for need-be travel or whatever it might be. All right. Well, this thing's very good and very mobile for traveling, for having fun. Also for need-be emergency escape if somebody ever needed such a thing. Let me show you around back because some fun my sons and I have had for the last 5 or 6 years, and actually had some friends come by as well. Take a look. Ready? I got a few plants, vegetable plants I'm starting this year. I'm gonna have little crops out here in the backyard.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Close now? Yeah, a few years ago my mom asked me if I wanted a teepee for my children, and we started having some fun out in the backyard and some fires. And before I know it, a lot of other people are coming along and having a good time, playing guitars, telling stories, enjoying the primitive. This frame on the left hand came along a little bit later. One of my construction clients asked me if I could dispose of a trampoline, so I converted an old trampoline into what we call the hut. At times, this actually can be covered with branches and leaves, and it looks just like a beaver's lodge. I've had some military people come by, and they're impressed with the stealthiness of it, but that's not the intent. But take a look. This is a little vegetable garden in the spring. Everybody's got to have a campfire, right? Come on over here, John. Let's take a look at this one. It's a mini hut. What this is built of is okay. What this is made of is some composite decking from construction, and it's bent, simply stuck in the ground, arched in the ground, lashed together at the top. 3 or 4 coming in together at the top like that, crisscrossing each other. It's a composite plastic decking. These are just painter's tarps and a few oddball canvases and things that I threw on top. It's actually very, very weatherproof. And let me show you what it looks like inside. You can just crouch down here a little bit, John.
Can you hold the door?
I don't think you need it right now. Inside, as you can see, is a traditional pine needle bed. Yeah, it's traditional pine needle bed. It's about 4 inches thick. Very, very comfortable with sleeping bags. Basically bring some food in here, and it's very, very dry as well. Occasional bug will get in there, but they're not unwelcome. You can get them out pretty easy. You can sit 5 or 6 people in here easily, maybe more, but as far as sleeping goes, 2 or 3, 4 will probably be pretty comfortable. I've slept in here several nights. It feels great. Peaceful out here. So, surprisingly comfortable in this pine needle. And dry. As I said a minute ago, it was made from a trampoline frame. You can see the edge of the trampoline frame here. And there's some bamboo and some PVC pipes going to a hollow log at the top. The hollow log is just a simple cut that somebody used from cutting down some trees. And it'll stick some nails in it, and then the PVC pipes lock into each one of those nails. And there's no suspension, no center poles or anything, so it all holds itself like that in a circle around the center, the hub, if you want to call it that. And the top allows smoke to go out the top. We've had a number of fires in there. keep them rather small. And if John's up for it, we crawl inside. The hut's designed with, like I said, PVC pipes lashed together with some duct tape at the top. There's a hollow log in the middle. These are all sailcloths, and some of which have been painted by some kids at a summer camp. They're also windsurfing sails, you might be able to tell. There are a couple of things hanging around here. Got this little concrete bowl, which kind of goes into this hearth. And what you can do is you mix something like peanut shells or little twigs and wax, and it's incredible how much nice fire you get here without a lot of smoke. Just a couple of peanut shells and a handful of wax will go for hours, just kind of a little bit at a time, not smoke up the place. I've had a little grate we can cook on here as well. This hearth actually has an indent. You can actually have the fire in this hearth as well. Works very well for cooking and stuff. But all this is what's called bluestone dust. It's the same thing that roads are made out of before they add the asphalt, the black asphalt. And it's as solid as a rock now. It's been here 5-6 years, maybe a little longer. Anyway, had a lot of fun in here. The most I had was 10 people and 2 dogs one year. And on a cold day outside, you can light up a bunch of candles in here, make it considered pretty darn warm. At the moment, it's bare bones, stripped out for like winter clean out. But when I have people over, I put out a lot of blankets and sheepskins and that sort of thing, and it's really inviting and cozy. Nighttime in here is really nice and soothing. So, yep. Like I was saying about this bowl, I'm going to start a little fire. There's some old twigs in here and burn a little bit of wax on top. It's amazing what just a few twigs will do. You don't need a lot of fire and heat. You just need some light and something to cook on. And you don't want to fill up the whole room with smoke. The thing that's amazing about the hut for me is it kind of gets me in tune with a lot of people around the world who live in settings like this. Again, you know, for anybody that ever needed to in a real emergency, you wouldn't have to live in a little teeny pup tent or something. This is actually pretty cozy for nothing but a trampoline. Any of this structure is sort of symbolic in a way of Native American structures. You could build it out of wood just as easily as metal and PVC. But as you can see, just dripping a little bit of wax and a little handful of wood, and this fire will be going for quite some time. There you go. It'll get about this big. If you keep adding too much wax, it's like a cauldron. It boils, but we're not going to try that. Just a little bit added right there, and put out the candle so you can save it for another day. But there you go. Nice little cooking fire. Some light. So anyway, for emergency preparedness, folks that are really into that sort of thing, you could easily dig a hole in the side here, store some canned vegetables or something like that, wrap it up tight, be set for a long, long while. You could cover the outside with leaves and debris, and I'm pretty convinced it would look like a mound of dirt out in the forest, that sort of thing, like a beaver's lodge. As you can see, it's quite sizable in here. This right here puts out so little smoke, you wouldn't have to be concerned with that. As far as, you see, it's just a handful of sticks and a little bit of wax. Periodically, you want to drip a little bit of wax on there to keep it from smoking too much. Anyway, so, you saw my trailer out there. It's sort of, wasn't intentionally, but it's sort of set up. All I really need to do is throw some water in there, some food, a few tents, and I could probably house a good number of people between tents and that trailer in an instant notice, pretty much. So for those who are into emergency preparedness, it's a good thing. I just frankly started doing it because I really enjoy the primitive stuff, and I think American culture, we're missing out on a lot of that these day and age. My kids were doing so much gaming that I wanted to get them away from it. So anyway, welcome to the hut. And if anybody wants to get a hold of me, I'll give you a cell phone number, 301-257-5446. Thank you. as I was grabbing before, these are some, this is some raspberries and some other plant, this is some figs and some herbs. And basically I'm taking this back to our newest addition here. Take a look, this is using the, the salvage construction method, whatever it is. What I have here is a bunch of styrofoam blocks that trailer transportation companies use to transport trailers around. It looks a lot like an igloo, right? It could be used as it is. You can put a trailer and box them all up, pack them up, make an instant shelter. It's quite sizable and roomy inside. I've taken scrap lumber that I had lying around and just crisscrossed it and threw a tarp on top. It took about less than an hour to build this. You could take that anywhere you wanted to. Well, I put the vegetables on top because to hold the tarp down, but it also keeps them away from any animals. You can keep them up here, water them, keeps them in the rain, that sort of thing. Anything in a mobile situation, let's say these were bigger plants, you could have a flatbed trailer and transport them along, your vegetables and all your portable house as you move. But come on around the front here. Kind of a traditional igloo looking entrance. If you had prevailing winds, you could change the direction of this sort of thing and, to prevent winds from coming in. It doesn't have a smoke, any sort of furnace thing, it's just a temporary shelter. But take a look, it's nice and dry and sizable in there. Not much light, but again, you could have a portable oil lamp or something like that. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Me and my sons built this, and it's just quick, down and dirty, easy. You can transport. They're very lightweight. Have a little flatbed full of these blocks. You could build all different shapes and sizes. All construction recycled junk. One of the things that you could do if you really needed to winter over, you could have earth and mounds banked around the outside and then create like a hill on the top with debris and trees and branches, and then you'd have a nice insulated foam insulation around the perimeter, and it would give you a cozy feel and rather than just dirt on the walls. So there's a thought. Anyway, I really like the idea of having vegetables on the top, and like I said, in a more permanent situation, earth on the outside, some leaves and stuff cover this, have vegetables either in pots or planted up on top, and like I said, it keeps the animals from eating all your crops. Portable situation, flatbed trailer, pack it all up, take it where you go, take it down the next night and keep on moving if you had to. There you have it.